Life is a journey. It's a well-known proverb, and for good reason. The strongest and the weakest men alike experience highs and lows. Every circumstance, decision, and second of life is a mini-test. Every choice you make points you in a specific path. Because of this, it is important to learn how to observe human existence, to pay attention to others and to the choices they have made that have brought them to where they are in life. Learn from both the wise men and the novices. A sage is the subject of a legend. One day, when the sage was seated beneath the tree, a few individuals came up and took a seat next to him. They only questioned the wise man. "How did you become so wise?" The wise man said as he turned to face them. "I learned from fools. I pay attention to how they make decisions and steer clear of actions that led to problems for them. The same is applicable to your life. Let your life be filled with observations at every time. It is the simplest method to be ahead of the 99% and shorten your learning curve by 10, 20, or even 30 years. Keep in mind that there are many lessons in life. You owe it to yourself to pursue education throughout your life. As a man, you will stop developing the instant you believe you are an expert and have acquired all there is to know. What are some of the morals and teachings that men need to learn? First lesson: everything is transient. Both happy and unhappy times are fleeting. When things in your life are going well, savor them and express gratitude. Maintain your composure and face challenges head on. Remember that the world is not going to end. Even the wonderful times are fleeting. There will be a time when you will not need money alone, even if you have always been a millionaire. Keep your composure and a level head when your emotions take over. Second lesson: life is not fair. It is no secret that every one of us receives a unique hand of cards. Some people have it made for them from birth, while others have nothing. You can be upset and angry with God or your family for not providing you with the resources you need to advance in life. But keep in mind that the onus of building the ideal life ultimately rests with you. The obstacles you avoid have the life you want on the other side. It is comparable to the proverb that states, "If you want to pursue happiness, start by pursuing discomfort now, instead of waiting. Instead of whining, do action." Third lesson: the greatest risk is not taking any risks. Some of the most successful people you will ever meet take action to succeed. As you can see if you pay close attention to them, every worthwhile endeavor in life involves some element of danger. For instance, what happens if you find a woman appealing and wish to charm her? You need to walk up to her and strike up a conversation. Most males find that terrifying and give up as soon as the woman passes them. But most things worth having in life require risk, whether it is dating or quitting your 9-to-5 work to pursue a more lucrative career. You have a choice. Live by taking the chance. Fourth lesson: the value of being present. Men tend to live in the past for 50% of the time and the future for 50% of the time. Living in these regions is risky. While planning for the future is vital, be careful not to let it overshadow the present. There is nothing wrong with planning for the future. In fact, it is one of the best methods to find your way. But avoid settling there. As you put forth effort in the present to achieve that lifestyle, let your ideas about the future act as a gentle reminder. The same is true of dwelling on the past. Many guys live in this nostalgic past and frequently utter phrases like, "Oh, I wish the good old days were back." By doing this, you turn into the precise thing that prevents you from experiencing those happy moments. When you set out to live each day like a man, there is no other way to return to the present. Keep in mind that if you do not have a plan, you will roam aimlessly like a zombie, living alternately in the present and in the past. Fifth lesson: overthinking just makes things worse. We develop a propensity to overthink things. You will realize that every little thing someone else does makes you angry. Perhaps someone failed to say goodbye to you after work, and now you are convinced they despise you. Even if the other person had no malice toward you, these things will eventually destroy you. Stop paying attention to these ideas, and more importantly, stop conjuring up fictitious scenarios in your head. Always remember that taking action counteracts overthinking. Therefore, if you catch yourself falling into that pit of thinking, end the loop by taking some sort of action. Sixth lesson. You can choose to be happy. Being happy is a decision, and only you have the power to choose happiness for yourself. You are largely responsible for your own pleasure. Do not count on someone else to make your life happy because you are in charge of your emotions. In actuality, this is a key factor in most failed partnerships. Each partner expects the other to make them happy when they first start dating. But this never happens unless you can first find happiness for yourself. This holds true for all human interactions, not just romantic ones. One individual might bounce and be happy in the rain on a day, while another may curse God for the awful weather. So keep in mind that choosing happiness is a decision you must make every day. Avoiding social media is one of the best ways to cultivate this mindset. Despite being marketed as a tool that fosters interpersonal connections, social media causes a lot of harm. In actuality, it frequently has the opposite effect and only fosters envy. Seventh lesson. Do what you love and love what you do. Your job plays a big role in your life, so pick it carefully. Think of a guy who enjoys programming. Do you suppose he would suddenly decide to work on civil projects if he woke up one day? Even under duress, he could not work effectively. Consider your time valuable and use it exclusively to learn things that will advance your profession. Many men waste half of their lives because they pursue professions or abilities that they are not really interested in, but which their parents or friends find appealing. You will not be happy with your profession if you are not happy with the field of employment you are in. This unhappiness will also affect a lot of other areas of your life. We refer to this as investing in oneself. You should apply this to your social life as well. Take part solely in endeavors that advance your goals and missions. Eighth lesson. Your thoughts are your worst enemy and best friend. The final and most significant life lesson involves your thoughts. Everything in your life is happening because of you. Nobody else is to blame for your shortcomings or failings. 9 out of 10 times how you believe affects whether you win or lose. Since your mind will be with you for the rest of your life, train it to become your best friend. Your mind should always approve of you as the best guy, almost as if it views you as a role model every time you look in the mirror. To make your mind your biggest advocate and supporter, unite with it. This is